Yo, so I've been having some microphone trouble. Anyone in chat, is this working? I don't know what's going on with my microphone. A lot of times when I fire up stream, it just doesn't work. I'm good. Okay, thank you. Jeez, I keep getting this thing saying, hey, in OBS, hey, your microphone's muted, and it ends up, it's showing the spike, it's showing the volume going up when I talk, you know, the peaks, but it does, yeah, but apparently it's working today. Thank goodness. I don't even know what to do. It's so hard to diagnose something that happens once in a while. I don't know, but we're gonna forget about that today because we're slaying and it's working, so no reason to dwell on that. Welcome in Colder, Parker, what's going on? EJ, Kyle, welcome in. So decided to just go, hey, Chaos Sanctuary. I might just do, you know, I'm feeling like a disgusting, filthy casual today. I might just do Players 3. Maybe a little more laid back. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Thinking maybe we'll see how it goes here. Don't remember exactly how good it is or not here on P8 for this, so I mean, so far so good. Kyle, let's see. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Must be turning 25, I'm guessing, right? 26? Figlet, welcome in. Yo. Oh yeah, look how easy that is. I like it. Got an SOJ from TZ Andy this morning. Yeah, I looked, what do you call it, after the fact, and I was like, oh man, of course I missed Trav, TZ Andy, Worldstone Keep, all 3 in a row on single player. Thanks, Blizzard, for having the game do Terror Zones the way it should did. Appreciate it. But it is what it is. It's no big deal, I guess. There is this Neil attack up here, but man, every time I stream for some reason, it just, over the last like week since I've been running this character, it's just been the time when Neil attacks can terrorize, and I just don't want to do it again, I guess. So I decided to go to a classic. Haven't done it in a minute. It almost turns into one of those things where back in the day I ran Chaos Sanctuary so much, and like a lot of other things too, but you know, we ran Chaos Sanctuary so much that now I don't ever run it. So yeah, hop back into it. Marthamus, welcome in. Yo. Crescent Moon over Spirit Sword. I'll be completely honest, when I run, before I get like the best possible gear, I actually run those like conditionally, depending on what I'm doing. So I've had it before where I was just running P1 Countess online. So no matter what gear I had, I could easily take the Countess out. But actually what I felt I wanted to do was get down there faster. And by teleporting, having a higher FCR to get past the archers, so the archers can't hit you and stuff like that, I found more beneficial than the extra damage. So I would say if you're doing something like Elder Shashank, Crescent Moon, like I said, the Countess, if you're running Countess for runes or something early on with a Nova Sword, the Lightning Sword or something like that, maybe do the Spirit, but I would honestly hang on to both and switch back and forth based upon what you feel, what you want to do. Barth. Thanks a lot, chat. Thanks to Sace Group for dropping right on my freaking dome, bro. That was a close call, chat. Why did you do that to me? I specifically blame Barthamus. I'm just joking. English finally welcome in. Yo, some D2R today. I'm off work, so I'll hoot in. Welcome in. Yeah. Yeah, not playing Moonbeast's new, you know, super double extra pre-alpha game at this time today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. We'll see what's up. We'll see what I decide to do. But just a good old classic D2 day for me. I'll take the hit. Ooh. Love Poison Nova Necro. Steven says. Hopefully I pronounced that right. With the VV icon too, legendary. Parker, yo!
Parker Stammer Johan donated $5 through Super Chat. Thanks for all the tips and tricks you've given me these last couple weeks. Hope you get that PM today.
Sorry if the music was like blasting a bazillion. Now it's probably a little too quiet, but I noticed the voice to text was a little too quiet. But Parker, thank you so much for the $5 Super Chat. Appreciate you. Hopefully I get the Teal Smite today. Thank you for the thanks for watching the vids and stuff. Appreciate you. Don't normally get to catch the stream. What's going on, Michael Bell? Watching the restreams on YouTube, you were having internet issues. Are you still experiencing that? No, I switched IP internet providers again, and I haven't had an issue since, to be honest. And yeah, I'm completely happy with what I got now, and it's no issues really. So, oh man, we don't have enough resurrecting guys to deal more damage to the Diablo here. Yeah, well. Also, the new Wi-Fi router I got is so nasty. It easily covers my entire property. So I used to have to about halfway out in my backyard when I was cutting the grass. Oh, hold up, cutting the grass straight off of Diablo himself. We ain't talking about grass cutting anymore. Other fellow old men. We never, ever can get enough 7 magic fine smell chimes. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, when I would cut the grass, listen to a podcast or music, I'd switch over to my data halfway out through my yard. Now it covers my entire property, and it drops from like 4 Wi-Fi bars to 5 to 4. So it's almost like full, connection and everything, which is, I don't know, kind of crazy. I don't know, kind of neat. Badged gets. I'm not sure on the pronunciation there. My apologies. But no, I haven't played any of those games. I've heard of them, never played them. I don't really venture out too far, you know what I'm saying? By not venture out too far, I mean I don't play anything except for D2, pretty much. So I just don't have the time anymore nowadays. Like, I edit the videos for D2, I record them, I stream all the, like, a lot of days, so I don't really have extra time to play video games. I mean, I could always just like quit my bowling league or like, quit the other things that I do, but I ain't doing that. Not go to the gym ever again. Ooh, yeah. Trash, welcome in. I'm not a true gamer. Phil is not a gamer? Yeah. You can't trust me anymore. Not a gamer. Whoopsie. Skill issue there. The Dex is feeling lucky today. Hopefully you get lucky. I'm hoping. Raced, welcome in. Sorry I didn't shout right away there. Welcome in. You play Poison Necro is making me want to play yours, huh? Okay, all right. Ooh, Archon staff, and it's ethereal just for show. Little low requirements. Little known fact, it's actually pronounced Archon. Read a Glacial Spike. Ooh, man, should I make a Glacial Spike obsession? I could Larzik it for 8. Ooh, let me know in the comments. Should I make a Glacial Spike obsession? I mean, I don't mind going off the beaten path, but that's a bit much, huh? Plan on doing more gym workouts and eating healthier instead of just degen grinding ladder on StarCraft, says Igloo Pilot. It's a good idea. Realistically, the gym doesn't really take that much. If you go, if you're there actually the actual working time, working like 45 minutes, you're pretty much fine with that, in my opinion. Everyone's got their own opinions, I suppose, on exercise and stuff, but Rarchong? No, 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 no. Archan. It is known. Didn't I play 2 games in one stream the other day? I actually did 2 different streams. Sometimes I don't really like doing, I don't like doing multiple games like in the same stream, because then you got to go back and you change the title, but then like when someone watches it like after the fact, then it's like, oh, I thought he was playing D2, it's showing some other game, or it said he's trying this new, you know, pre-beta version of the old Blizzard North devs game, but then he's like, you know. So if I'm ever, unless I'm doing like just a random Saturday night variety stream, like when I do like a little bit of D2, a little bit of GeoGuessr, a little bit of fancy football or something like that, I just make one thumbnail for the whole deal. But if I'm doing multiple things, I like to do separate streams like that. That way everyone on YouTube gets a pre-roll ad, so that way I milk you guys for some more ad revenue. I'm just joking. The pre-roll ad revenue is like $2, so speaking of things that would not be worth it if you really tried to do that. Oop. This guy taking forever. I seen he was stone skin. He's not immune to poison around, so here what's up with that. I think he's just a chump is what it is. Just a chump.
Not even death can save you from me.
Arc on. No, no, no. ARCH. Everyone know that ARCH is arch. And then ON is on. So it's arch on. Arch on. I am kind of kidding, by the way. Oh my goodness. Race says, broke his heart. He bowled a 297 the other day. Oh, well, I don't feel too bad. If you saying that would have been your 9th 300, I thought that would have been like your first or something. 9th, huh? Ooh. Pro bowler over here, jeez. Degenerate said he's been converted officially to a poison necro lover. Yeah, poison necro is pretty cool. I haven't used one without a D-web in so long though, but I remember back in the day not having a D-web and using it with the Heart of the Oak or something, and so much different. Avid lover of Mosaic. Could be. Maybe. In case, welcome in, yo. Uh-oh. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you and everybody else is doing great today. Bowling since 82 says raced. That's before I was born. That was half a decade before I was born. Am I coping for Mosaic changes? I mean, I guess so. I'm kind of still on the thing. I know what they quote unquote, I seen the thing that they quote unquote said or whatever, but I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. I do hope that they do that though. I do. So I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not somebody who like hopes that just for the sake of trying to be right or something that they don't do it or whatever, you know what I mean? Hopefully they do it. I mean, and the thing is too, I hope they just get rid of it. Personally, I hope they just don't try to like quote unquote find some way to rebalance it. Just delete it right out of the game, you know what I mean? That's my opinion. The thing is, people are gonna lose their minds, but like, yeah, I don't know. I wonder what they're going to do with it too, though, because I don't know if they could change like back in the day, I think you had like the older uniques that were still in the game and stuff like that. For rune words, could it work the same where they would leave in? If it's already in the game, it would stay in the game the way that it is in non-ladder, but all the new ones made would be the way that the new one is. I'm not 100% sure on how, you know, programming perfectionism for that thing, but would I play it if it didn't hurt my eyes? Maybe.
I don't use Mosaic, but it's there. Just please help Melee.
Race, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, help Melee. Melee could use a little bump up, huh? Definitely could. Thank you for 100 bits. Oh, ornate plate. Why did I think that said something else? Don't know. Ooh, 12 ED. Let's go. Degenerate said he got a newly found 250 ED web you ran poison with. Man, yeah, try it without D web one time. Just D web's crazy. Still works, but it's so much, especially when you bump up to higher players counts. Like, you, in my opinion, doing like 7 or anything is just like out of the question without D web. Did you try PvP in D2R? No, I do not do. I don't do PvP. I don't. There's nothing about PvP that intrigues me or that I would like or anything. You know. Sometimes in life, there's things that you just you don't even have to do it. You just see it and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, I've never eaten sauerkraut before, but I just look at it. You know, I just kind of get the idea, you know, you can kind of smell it. It just does not do anything for me. I don't need to eat sauerkraut to know I don't want to eat it. I don't want to like it. PvP is one of those things. Siri, welcome in. Talk of changes to D2R. Kind of, yeah. We'll just stick in the Chaos Sanctuary, I guess. Everybody thinks the things that they did for the Chinese, the new Chinese server that they created or whatever, people think that they're going to bring that to the normal D2R game. We'll see. Would be pretty crazy. Think of all the videos I could make about these new changes coming. Guess RNG just thought you needed a belt. Oh, did that? There was a couple belts there off of Diablo. Were they like, did you drop 6 items and 5 of them were belts or something? I only half paid attention, to be honest. T-Foss saying some cows online terrorize. Hopefully y'all get lucky on that. Whoever has a chance to run TZ cows online. Donut Head said he clicked on my other live stream from yesterday and was confused. My mic wasn't working. Yeah, the same kind of thing happened today. Well, no, it didn't happen today. The thing is and it's weird. I know this wasn't necessarily what you're saying. You're kind of just joking about how you clicked on the other live stream and thought it was live when it wasn't the one that was live. But I keep getting this error pop up when I go. Oh, hold up. We'll finish that up. Some good boots here. Some good unique ones. Good old Marowaks. Ooh, well, I think that strength can go up to 20, and then skeleton mastery can be 2. The defense can be 200 ED. I think. It's a good boot, but this is an extra bad roll, I think. Extra bad. And JMod. But yeah, so maybe not. I keep getting this error that says your microphone is muted. Unmute your microphone. So I don't know, maybe this microphone might be so old that it's literally just going bad or something. And the mute button, no, I don't even know, because I really have no idea. Maybe if it's something, but it shows my microphone working in OBS, and it shows the volume going in, like it's working, you know, and everything.
Underscore hype. Underscore legend. Underscore headband. Underscore let's go.
Jeer, yo, let's go! Underscore let's go! Thank you for the 14 months of Slayer. Boom. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Hershiser said, oh yeah, he's seen the thing with the extra set, stash tabs. Yeah, they talked about doing some changes to Mosaic and stuff. Yo, imagine if they did all this stuff for this new Chinese server because they're trying to get hype to sell a bunch of copies in China, you know, to their 2 billion people market or whatever, and then they don't do anything for D2R, for the regular one. Imagine. Be crazy. Oh, Hershiser, 3 months of Slayer job.
Hey, I got one of these. 3 months flew by quick.
Appreciate you for 3 months continuing your YouTube membership. Jeer and Hershiser, you Slayers. Oh. Bone knife? I mean, Smolp's ain't here, so I ain't gonna pick it up. I'll look at it. Oh, where'd he go? Apparently the translation for the new Chinese set provides a level 10 meditation aura. Yeah, that is pretty crazy, kind of, sort of. It's like a super mega low level set. Yeah, I'm not sure if that set, if it would really much matter, to be perfectly honest, because it's so, oh, got the 2 sockets, repair durability. If it was ethereal with huge defense, maybe we could fabricate some way that could be usable. Because it's similar-ish to Saigons from what I hear from people, but then it has full set, it gets the meditation aura on it. But I don't know a way that you could really use that as anything important, like more so than just having an insight on your mercenary, you know? It essentially just like would make like secondary playthroughs a lot easier, I think. Because at like level 6 with like a sorceress having meditation, a level 10 meditation aura, like that'd be pretty crazy. Like just being able to blast fireballs all through the game and stuff. Oh, soul. I don't know. I real quick look, I thought that was a server. Real quick look, I thought it was a server. The hugest thing would be the Mosaic nerf, to be perfectly honest. For just me personally. I honestly don't care too much about the shared stash tabs and stuff. Everybody else does, like literally everybody. But for me personally, I don't really care much about that. I never have much of a problem with shared stash tabs, like not having enough. Stomps, what's going on? I just seen a rare bone knife dropping because you weren't here. I didn't identify it, so. I'm kidding. I did identify it actually. Let's see. Early leveling casters would be much easier, also considering they're giving it for free to new players. I guess I didn't realize that the set was being given to new players too. I thought it was just like added to the game, or maybe I did. I kind of forget now. So to start off the game, they get that set, huh? It's kind of funny too that they had this whole D2R China version in the works. Because I don't know, a lot of people ask me about adding things or changing things in the game, and I would always tell people, like, unless there's a financial motive that they're going to make a lot of money, they literally like can't possibly do any changes to the game because they couldn't financially viably argue that it's best for the company to make changes, even if it makes the game better, if it's not going to make them money, right? So by making this Chinese version of the game, and then if it's so easily ported over to the US version, then maybe some of this stuff could actually happen. Maybe. Ray says you have a bunch of mules, so the stash tabs don't mean much. Yeah, kinda, yeah. Choo choo choo. Hokey Pokey says currency tab would be the greatest. Extra stash tabs, if they added in a currency tab, they'd be goated. I don't think there's any currency tab, any chatter about anything remotely like that. It's just adding in like 3 or 5 or who knows the number, but adding in more stash tabs. Imagine if they added in the new stash tabs, but it wasn't like 3 extra stash tabs, it was like unlimited stash tabs. Like every time you create a new stash tab, and the thing is too, you could have it set up, and I don't know exactly the logistics of doing this. Couldn't you just have each stash tab be like a mule character essentially? Because you know how items will disappear if you have too many shared stash tabs? Why isn't every stash tab its own like save file? Every shared stash tab its own, so that way you would never have anything poof on you, you know? It'd be just like one character with items on it. And then you can just set it up for unlimited. There you go. Degenerate says he does miss the pluggy shared stash, right? Well, I just found a solution to it, huh? At least for offline single player. Artemis says, it's not all about me. Talking about the shared stash tab. Really? I don't believe that for 1 second. Hokey Pokey, I didn't see your comment there. You said they, pretty much what I was just saying, that unlimited stash tabs essentially. Yeah, I know, however they put this, oh, that's interesting. However they had the stash tabs, you know, the way the shared stash tabs are now, what it was causing stuff to like disappear, right? Or was that just the increased stash? And then if you had crazy items in there, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm mistaken, but yeah. Yeah, Degenerate said he's got seven tabs on his modded single player. Yeah, I might have done something like that if I had, if I was in a different like circumstances. If I wasn't like streaming and stuff like that. I know I've mentioned it before, but if you stream and make videos with like loot filters and stuff like that, people just like all these negative comments on your videos about how you're cheating and stuff. And I mean, you know, dream big, Phil. Dream big. I'm doing it. No need for mules would be nice, says Smulps. Yeah, it would be nice just to go like boop, 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 or even over. Oh, there's the stuff, you know, not having to like, okay, I'm spending 25 minutes. I'm going to set my alarm, get up at 6:30 in the morning before I have to get my daughter up. I'm going to spend that half hour transferring gear over to the mules. And then, yeah. Accusations. Exactly. Yeah, see, exactly. Parker says unlimited stash tabs would be a nightmare to navigate. Not really. The way it worked in Pluggy, you would just have an over button and it'd be like there was an over button that went 1 tab and an over button that went 10 tabs. So what I would do is go like I'd go over to 20, and from 20 to 30 would be like unique items, and then I'd go over to 30 to 40 would be like gems, 40 to 50 would be runes, 50 to 60 would be like, you know, like that. But other like pluggy mods and stuff, you could actually change the names of the stash tabs. So at the top it could literally have, you could boop, type in the name, you know, boop, type in the name, so you could have it named out. And some other games, I think, or maybe even it was D2 mods, you could, there was a search box and you could be like Harlequin's crest, and then boop, it would like take you to where it was or whatever. I'm not sure exactly. I've only seen those a few times, the search function thing, so I'm not sure 100% how they work, but don't understand. Haha, people saying it's cheating when it's offline. Well, yeah, the thing when people say quote unquote cheating or whatever, you make drop highlights. That's one of the biggest things is when I make my drop highlight videos, and people would be like, you know, if I was using the loot filters back in the day, people would just automatically say, oh, never mind, disregard this guy's video. He's using one of those mods with increased drop rates and stuff. So this isn't realistic for any normal person. But I wasn't. But like, that's why he finds so much stuff. He just doesn't tell you that he has a mod on that increases the drop rates and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like insinuating that I was lying to people. And that would be several people on every video I made. And that was when I had like 5,000 subscribers, you know. So I can only imagine now. That was before D2R came out, when I used to use the loot filter and stuff, unlimited stash tabs on pluggy and stuff. I mean, you know how people on the internet are, right? Make it like Path of Exile, says Juderface? I'm not sure I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hopefully I didn't just say something offensive. I don't know. But he says the Path of Exile stash tab's the easiest. I've never played it before, so I'm not sure, but that sounds like a thing that people would say. People love that game. Similar people that like D2 like that game a lot is what I mean to say, I guess. Valak, welcome in. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Neos didn't see your comment right away there. My apologies. Iron Golem. Let's see. Yeah, it's Insight for sure. Definitely Insight. Insight is pretty much the only thing I ever make an Iron Golem out of. Then you get the meditation aura, just like if the Insight was on your mercenary. And then if you do just a couple simple basic things correctly, he'll stay alive very goodly. Very extra doubly goodly. Swish said he bought another account just to have online mules when it was on sale one time. Nice. The funny thing is I haven't even reached my character limit online yet, and I probably have like 3 or 4 like sorceresses that are just completely, there's no gear or anything on them, but they're like level 95 or 96, and I just didn't want to delete them because I gave the characters away. Like I gave all the gear away to somebody else, you know. And I had some like mules that just had like some like mid-level, low-level runes on it and stuff, and I just was like, ooh, hold up. I was like, just delete those. I don't even need these. What am I gonna do with them? Or I just dropped them in the game or something. Max damage jewels I don't use a ton, but I mean 13 max is only 2 off, perfect there. And cold res goes up to 30, so it's a 1329. It's good rolls on both of those. Deadeye's welcome in. Jeezy saying actually D4 good stash tabs, you say, huh? Yeah, it was fine. I mean, there was just like 5 of them. I don't remember everything about it, to be honest. I haven't played it in a long time. So, yeah, not too shabby at all. Unfortunately, it's one of those jewels that I'll pick up. Oh my god, what did I just do? I clicked in the wrong spot. I'll pick up and then I'll just never use it. Because I play melee so infrequently, and yeah. Ooh. Hellslayer. Classic item. Trash, you have 8 accounts? What? I think you have a problem, dog. That's too many. Gotta be honest with you. I can't lie. That's too many. see, Blue Jeans talking about, I believe, the insight for the Iron Golem. It's relatively cheap too, yeah. So if it dies, you can just have a couple on call. Exactly. You created all these other things. Oh, so you got all these other accounts to just get a bunch of hole punches, huh? Is that worth it to buy another copy of the game just to get some hole punches? Not another copy. You're paying to make another account, I guess, but. But interesting. Teach their own. Yeah, I assume that's what you meant, to trade them away for whatever, but. Parker agrees with the D4 analogy, saying that the quality of life stuff in D4 and this tabs are good. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember anything wrong with the tabs, that's for sure. I don't know if they made changes, or I can't even remember. It's been so long since I played it now. If they had a search function, they probably did, huh? I mean, they must have, now that I think about it. Horace, welcome in. Problem with D4 stash tabs. Jutar says everyone on your server had to upload everyone's stash tabs. Oh, that was a very strange thing that the person had said that. I'm gonna be honest, because it did sound like he was like throwing the rest of whoever made the decisions to do that under the bus. Like, why does it lag so much when there's like 30 people in one area? And it's like, oh, every single person has to load every single item that's in every single other person's shared stash tabs. Like, what? I forgot about that. Wait. Ral. Here, Kelso. I've been re-rolling a few insights. I figured I've been playing offline for like enough years now. I should probably get 17 med insights. Dave said he'd get 5 accounts, do P5 online. Nice. There you go. Did I don't remember what I was doing. Yeah, I already came out here. I don't know what I just did there, I'm gonna be honest. I must have teleported back when I was half paying attention. Parker is liking the new season of D4. Glad to hear. Yeah, D4 is not my thing, personally. Good old ring. Mark is saying the crit strike on Insight important. I would say less important. I just personally, I don't much care about either one that much. Like if I threw like a 15 meditation or like a 14 meditation insight on your mule, on your Act 2 mercenary, and took off and threw out your 17 med insight, you would like never know the difference. I stand by that. People will say, no, Phil, like you can tell when it's your mana's regenerating slower. Like I would bet money you wouldn't, but you know, there's no way to prove it, but that's just my take on it. But yeah, the mercenary doesn't really do nothing for you on the damage for the weapon, so I don't really care too much about it. I just get my insight, throw it on, call it a day. Maybe it does a little bit, but that was just a very, very dumb move on my part. Almost tally stomping the Desace pack like that. With a not set up for survivability at all necromancy. Neither crucially, each helps. It helps a little bit. I mean, you'd rather have one than not, right? But couldn't get past the D4 UI, says 33. Yeah, I get you. It's a little bit. I'm trying to think back. It is a little bit different, but I didn't think it was terrible, I guess. I don't know. There's a few things here and there that I definitely remember. Whether it was like, wasn't like the selling of items early on was real weird, and they had to fix this. They had to change like a ton of things with some of the. And I might be thinking of like 3 or 4 seasons into the game, as far as maybe you're thinking like right when it launched or something. You know, I don't know how much you necessarily played. I played the first few seasons of it, I guess, but yeah, D4 was okay. I mean, not terrible, but one of the hardest things for me, and this is going to sound like people are going to be like, you're crazy, Phil. Honestly, they changed too much stuff all the time is one thing that really annoyed me. Like, you'd start off with one character, and then they find out, like, the people, like, that are way better at theory crafting and trying this and trying that. People who have way more time than me, a full-time YouTuber and streamer. People who have more time than I do. Figuring out this character's good, that character's good, and I play like this kind of sorceress. I respected this, but then I want to try a different character, and then the season's over, and I didn't even get a chance to play this other stuff. They nerf this, they boost this up. Now this thing stinks, and that thing's good now. You know. I don't like going into a new season having no idea what I'm doing, I guess is what I'm getting at. I am anti-change guy, even in D2, so might not be surprising, huh? Varthamus said he could tell the difference between a bottom and a top insight. Maybe. 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 I wish that was like an experiment I could do. Listen up, folks. I talked to Blizzard, my buddy Kyle at Blizzard. He let me hack into my viewers' accounts. I swapped out all of their 17 med insights for 12 med. Let's see if they notice. How nasty. Hokey Pokey said played the first 3 seasons. Yeah, I don't remember how many I played. Maybe one more past that or something. $300. Welcome in. Banging $300. Is that like a gambling reference? Like you're taking $300 and boom on the craps table or something? Or is that name a reference to, I don't know, your preference in the opposite gender or something? I don't know. Just out of curiosity, wondering what that name meant. Welcome in, though, to the stream. Squeaky Cheeks, what's going on? Didn't see up there. Oh, no, I did see. I read your comment about how I'm crazy. Never mind. My apologies. I got a little confused. I seen you up there. Touche. Chrysler 300. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yorgi. Yo, bald guy. Boo. Welcome in. Been using Act 1 Merc. Halcyon. Maybe we'll go with Hal. I like that. Act 1 Merc with Faith. Got Fanatic Breakpoint with Bite. Allie feels good getting off the Act 2 Mercenary. Okay, so, sorry, I was struggling on the reading side of that one, but yeah, some people like that Act 1 Merc, and they like to use it in something a little bit different. Oh, I mean, I don't know how much I need walk run on a summoning druid, but hey, skiller with a little extra bonus on top. We'll take it. We will take it. That look, your profile picture, Yorgi, I mean, is that a picture of me? Like clean shaven, I think? That might be me. If that's a picture you wanted me to look at. Let's see, Parker saying D4 character build's funny because you can have one class where they can't clear 60 pits and the other class has no damage cap. Kind of true, I guess. It was crazy when some of them were like, oh, this character can't kill anything, you know, whether it was like the one season with the druid or something in D4. And then like, hey, this person's a barbarian and they one-shot the hardest boss in the game. Like the lack of balance of any kind was always quite, or the balancing discrepancy, we'll call it, was very drastic. Necro using D-Web. Oh, yeah. Yep. Could go hit some fishy boss runs. I did say I was doing just a cast for today, so we'll just stick with it. We'll stick with it. Greetings from Poland. Appreciate you. Yeah, welcome in Poland. Appreciate you, Yogi. Is there something that you still didn't find in the game? Yes. I want to find Tyrell's Might. It's the rarest unique item in the whole game. I've never found one in my entire life. It's pretty bad luck, I'm pretty sure. I haven't gotten lucky enough to get it, so pretty bad luck, but maybe one day. Let's see, Parker gets more druid skillers than any others, especially the shape-shifting one. Yeah. You get the most worthless ones. I tend to get a lot of curses for the Necro. Defensive auras for the Paladin. Yeah. Do a blind test yourself, Squeaky says. Just mad swap back and forth, and then don't even pay attention, and then just, boop, I'm done. See if it feels any different. Yeah, I kind of already know that it won't feel different, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that, so. Let's see. Using grief on your poison Necro kills my FCR. It is true, it's not optimal. That video I made about that, pretty sure I said it's not optimal, but hey, getting all this poison, nice. Yeah, I mean, grief wouldn't be my first choice. D-Web, of course. But D-Web doesn't even have any FCR on it either, so. And the poison, you don't have to shoot it fast either. You know, you shoot one, wait a couple seconds, shoot another one, wait a couple seconds. The corpse explosion, of course, you can corpse explode faster. Teleport, of course, too, so. Oh, Ogriax, gotta check it. No increased attack speed. Marcus says, got Tyrell's on Javazon with less than 100 magic find. Terrorize Far Oasis. Noise. Yeah, I've heard stories, people saying their first like 2 or 3 sacred armors they ever found were Tyrell's Might. They didn't realize it was like super rare. Stuff like that. I'm like, the first 3 you found were Tyrell's? The first 3 unique armors? Come on. But I mean, things happen to somebody, and who's gonna hear about it? Phil, who never finds it, of course. You know, of course, on the internet, people could just make things up as well. It's not unheard of. But yeah, Dedexis saying, of the 5 rarest items, Tyrell's Might's the only one that they found. Yeah, it happens, yeah. Not as crazy, but I mean, like the first ever lacerator that I found in my entire life was an ethereal lacerator. So I mean, that's kind of crazy luck, right? And that was back before, that was in LOD. So you had, if you wanted like a good ethereal throwing weapon, it had to be the lacerator with the replenished quantity, right? And also I got lucky when I first started offline single player on LOD. Like the first time I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a Holy Grail because, you know, I want to. I did on my, I think it was my 20, it was either my 25th or 35th. It was a 5. I know that. Oh, hold up. Another skiller. We're popping off skillers today, apparently. Combat skills for the Barb. Is it the best one? You wish it said Pally next to it, but that's okay. Oh yeah, so on my 25th or 35th Mephisto run, and this was the first Mephisto runs I did when I first played through with a sorceress on my, when I first started offline single player, I got an Arachnids Mesh. It's crazy. So I had like a spirit shield and like probably a 3 topaz helm, you know, a stealth armor. That probably was like the gear I had at the time. It was either the 25th or 35th run, probably 35th, I think. I got Arachnids Mesh. It's just crazy. So, even Phil gets lucky sometimes. Etsy, I had suspicion haunts a guilty mind. I missed what that was in reference to. My apologies. Oh, talking about people lying on the internet, you're saying, is what that was in reference to, I believe. Come on. Come on. I don't lie. Found my first Griffins, Parker says, from TZ Andy. That makes sense. In your ethereal Andaro's Visage. Another great one right there. Dreamers never lie. That's a true story. You know what? Unless I just don't remember it, which I would be surprised, I don't think I've ever found an ethereal Andes before. I did find my first ethereal Reaper's Toll recently, which I was surprised. I probably found 50 Reaper's Tolls, if not 60, over the last like few years. So for me to not have gotten an ethereal one is pretty unfortunate. Sir says Tyrael drop when? About 13 more minutes. Tyrael's Might will drop. 13. Hundo said tried playing offline, but there was no terror zones. There are terror zones offline. I'm offline right now. The cold plains and stuff. Or maybe you were just saying that when you first started single player, there were no terror zones. But yeah, after you beat hell difficulty, there will be terror zones offline. Barthemus says, swears gonna end up with 50 Shakos before you get Amaras. A lot of Shakos. I do believe Maras is more uncommon to find than Shako. I don't know the discrepancy. Probably not 50 to 1. I could bet on that. 2 metal grids for Mars. I definitely know metal grids much more rare than Mars. I do know that one offhand. Trash is afternoon shift. Hopefully you're on in 2 hours. Getting off afternoon shift. 2 hours. It's gonna be pushing it. That's gonna be pushing it. I'll have to, well, I don't have the kid tonight. I don't. No kid. I think the wife's not going to be here either, so I don't have to cook dinner for nobody. I'll just eat leftovers personally. Maybe I could play a little bit longer. Sir says, just Path of Exile nowadays, huh? No D2R anymore, but watches people grail. Appreciate you watching. Not necessarily that exact comment, but people watching that don't play anymore, that's semi-common, we'll say. It's probably like 50-50, to be honest. People who watch and don't play anymore, and people who watch and still do play. 24-hour stream. Hype. No. Hundo. 3 hundo. No, I got bowling tonight. Wednesday, bowling league. We got 2 more weeks. So then 24-hour stream. No, I'm just joking. I ain't on that. I've never done a 24-hour stream. Probably never will. I've done probably 2 or 3 12-hour streams, and they're a disaster. So, just a disaster. Yeah, Sergeant, I did hear that TZ Cow is online right now. I did hear that. Etsy said the first time you find Ethereal Titans, chuck them out because he didn't know about, he didn't really get the replenished quantity. Wow. That's pretty crazy. That's a crazy story. Presticle. No, so I'm just on, it just popped up over here. So yeah, I'm just on Players 3. I didn't feel like trying today, pretty much. You can still find great things on Players 3. So, and actually, if I'm specifically hunting Tyrell's Might, which I like finding other good things as well, the players count, as you may know this already, probably. The players count actually doesn't change my likelihood of finding Tyrell's Might in a standard Chaos Sanctuary. So, no big deal. Any luck with the Rabies Druid? Rabies Druid is one of those ones that I've actually never played. I've only ever seen other people play it, and it looked annoying to play, so I just never have played it. I've never even tried it before, to be perfectly honest. Never even tested it out one day by hero editing something in to try or something like that, so. Switch saying, there's a bunch of unique amulets, but only one unique Shiko. So you're suggesting that for making it more difficult to get Mars? Could be. That might lead to it, so. Could be something there. It's Wednesday already. I thought it was Tuesday. It should be Wednesday. Yeah. Yep. Don't scare me like that. Marcus says if he finds an ethereal griffins, just getting zotted. Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Never had that bad of luck. I think actually I did find an ethereal griffins before, but you know, after you find 20 griffins or something in your life, it's not as you know, you're just like, oh man. Speaking of oh man, holy smokes. Wicked Plumber coming in crazy huge with a a Lord DeSace Wrecking Me size 20 gifted memberships. If you got gifted a membership, slam some celebratory emotes into the chat thanking Wicked Plumber for being an absolute legend. Thank you so much, Wicked Plumber, for the insane generosity once again, as always. Thank you so much. Crazy generosity. Crazy. Fix, dude. Did I get one? No. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Sir saying Steelers Lions Super Bowl. I'll just say this. I don't want to sound rude or anything, so I'll just say this. Your offensive coordinator is Arthur Smith. You're not making the Super Bowl. Just what I believe. Lions have a chance. You never know what could happen. Injuries, this and that. So, but yeah. Can I be a plumber too? He's got to go to trade school for a little bit, huh? Jordan Walrus hitting some of them hype emotes. Ooh. Gurks. Sanctuary, it's a cool one. Damage reduced, magic damage reduced. Increased chance of blocking. It's a cool one, not used everywhere a ton, but Gurks is cool. I don't, it's not really rolled that great, I don't think. I'm not really sure 100%, but I don't need one personally at the moment. Yeah, I would say Justin Mann says Steelers might not even make the playoffs. I would bet it's probably like 90-10 that they'll miss the playoffs. Yeah, in my opinion. With a 75-year-old Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith as your offensive coordinator. Ooh. Okay, everyone's getting a little heavy, going a little hard against the Steelers. Bengals and Ravens in their division too. Oh, geez, I don't memorize. I don't have all the divisions memorized in the NFL. The Ravens and the Bengals are in the same division. Yeah, they don't have a chance. That's a tough division. Rodgers could break a hip game one. Very well could. Third play? Like he did with his Achilles 2 years ago or whatever? Could. Whoa. Race getting a little over the top here. Joe Flacco and the Browns going to the Super Bowl. He's calling it right now. Girk's good for the solo self-found. Yeah, it's definitely good if you find it off the bat, but there's a couple of characters that use that actually for certain builds. Actually works great with the energy shield, you know, on the Sorceress. If you really want to min-max your survivability. While we're saying I'm a Titans fan, so I'm glad we're not being mentioned much outside of Cam Ward. Yeah, hopefully he's pretty good, huh? See what happens with Ridley. Ridley's been kind of underwhelming his career, but like looks like he should be better, and always has terrible quarterbacks everywhere he goes. So terrible quarterback play. See what happens. Cam Ward can be close to what Jaden Daniels was last year. Ever make a Tesla, says EJ. I have not. I can't really like justify making the shield and helm dream or whatever when it's specifically items that are specifically only used for just that one build, you know. especially for single player and online. I never play long enough to like quote unquote have enough value to trade to get that kind of gear. So I never play those now. Oop. Didn't really play with Matt Ryan. Yeah, I think that was like one of his best years or whatever. And then I think he they wouldn't give him the money because it was Julio Jones got like $70 trillion one of his final seasons or whatever. And then I think Ridley took a big contract with the Jaguars is what happened. I could be wrong here, but I think that's what happened. And then he was playing with like rookie long-haired, you know, sunshine guy. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. And then I think he blew out his leg or something too. Ridley did at some point. I think I can't remember for sure, but I mean, old man Matt Ryan. Was that the year that they blew the Super Bowl one? Oh wow, I did not think it was that year. I feel like Matt Ryan after that Super Bowl was just complete trash forever, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't remember the exact timeline. He had a good season here, and ooh, another cruel claw with Dragon Tail and Weapons Block. Interesting. Why can't I get a cruel Ogre X of Evisceration? Come on. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. There you go. Appreciate you. We're all trapped inside the thing there. Sorry, yeah, Marcus up here trying to catch up on some comments, says doesn't watch much football, but as a Michigander, you want the Lions to win. True story. I do watch a lot of football, and I want them to win. Justin, jeez. Ridley got suspended. 300 says, yeah, that's right. He did get suspended. Didn't he get suspended for like half? It was like a huge suspension. It's literally like break your wife's eye socket by punching her in the face. 3 games. Gamble on like who's going to win the coin flip for like a random playoff game when you're out of the playoffs. 12-game suspension. It was like a gambling suspension, am I right? Oh, they're even with my lower res, they're still immune to poison. Jeez, crazy. Make more Ogre builds. I should. Grace is so ready for some football. Yeah, I know we talk about it most days because everyone's getting excited, including myself. But yeah, like I said the other day, kind of getting nervous, to be honest. Like the time, you know. I meant to stream so much earlier today, but with trying to get everything done and just everything I'm trying to do, like I just don't have enough time. I haven't gone to the gym in like days now because I just was like, maybe I'll just try to go later in the day to the gym and not like chunk out time in the morning to go, you know, and try to squeeze it in later. And I can't, you know, like between cooking dinner and cleaning up and I don't know. So I'm kind of nervous to like sacrifice an entire day to watching football, and then Monday night, well, really on Monday nights, it's going to be me, like, we'll be sacrificing, instead of me and the wife watching, like, right now we're watching the, oh no, what's it called? Jack Ryan. Instead of us watching Jack Ryan, we'll be watching football on Monday night, you know, or on Thursday night, we'll be watching football instead of whatever we watch on, you know, after we put the kid to bed, you know, so That's not too big of a deal, but the all day Sundays watching football is going to be tragic for my productivity in life. Just tragic. Sacrifices got to be made though, right? I mean, what am I gonna do? Not watch football? Come on. Make sure y'all on YouTube hit that like button for me. Doubly, extrally, triply appreciated. Scott Duluth, welcome in. Chains of Honor versus Fortitude for a Zealot, says Jordan, asking for advice. I would say always go more damage, like go for kill speed over like survivability, unless you're playing hardcore or something. Or unless it's like drastic that you have to have the survivability. I would say it'd have to be Fortitude, am I right? Gotta be Fortitude is the choice for a Zealot, huh? Cody B said he got his email, had to hop in and say thanks to Wicked Plumber. He got the email that he got hooked up with a gifted membership. Legendary. Congrats on that, Cody. But I will be honest, I kind of wish on YouTube that it would gift memberships to people that were in stream currently first. You know what I mean? And then, like, let's say hypothetically there was a circumstance where everyone in stream was a member already, then it would go to other people. But not that I'm attacking Cody B here or anything, but that was a thought that popped into my head. Ogre Axe Concentration Barb 2025. I could get a good Ogre Axe and put it on like a Fury Druid or something. But then you can't really see it, so it's not as cool. Totally agree, says Cody. Should have said ogre, but you said agree. Jordan says, wait till those out of the states, United States games happen when it's like 4 a.m. here. There aren't any like that for me where I live. Because I think their earliest there ever was 8 a.m. for the East Coast. When it was in like London or something. It's like 7 or 8 a.m. or something like that. Not maybe you're probably just exaggerating. But if it started at 7, if you're on the West Coast in Cali or something, or Seattle or anything like that, it would be like 4 in the morning, wouldn't it? This guy needs to get out. No. Get over the ground, buddy. Ah, bum. Actually, when the Lions played one of those games that was like super early, it was actually super cool because all the bars and stuff around in the suburbs around Detroit, they all had like they all opened early and they had like brunch specials and stuff, like full brunch, like buffets and stuff, and then like $1 off drafts and stuff like that, because of and even cheaper, like even better deals than that too and stuff, like $8 all you can drink mimosas and stuff. I guess it's not really my thing, but Steelers Vikings in Dublin, week 4, you say? Dublin, okay, all right. Yeah, there's usually 3 or 4 like out of the country games nowadays, isn't there? I think. But yeah. T-Foss got a lightning skiller. Okay, not too bad. No extra stats, but still, still a good thing. Cold beer at 9 a.m. Kind of cool. Exactly, right? You go watch the game, eat brunch, have a few beers, come home, take a nap, You know, take it. You know, the game's at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's done by like what 11. You can come home, take a little nap, get up after lunch, cut the grass. You know, like. And then actually you come home, take a nap, wake up, and then the rest of the football games are starting, right? You already had a whole party day in, and then you're just going to start another party day, all on that one singular Sunday. Legendary. T-Foss went to London for the Bills Jags, huh? Nice. Nice. Pretty legendary trip right there. Man, if I had 17 med, this would be so much better. My mana back here. Which platform is better to watch the stream? I mean, for you, it's going to be better on YouTube, at least right now. I kind of switched up the way I was streaming or whatever. The streaming in 1440p or whatever on Twitch is like, I don't know, it doesn't work out. It does, but it doesn't. So it'll look better for you. As what's better for me, it doesn't much matter, I guess. Twitch makes you, not literally forces you, but the way Twitch is set up, it all but forces you to have ads on your stream all the time. And on YouTube, I can get away from that. So there's less ads on YouTube. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, so like right now, if you send a 1440p stream to Twitch, your maximum bitrate you're allowed is 8500, I believe. But for YouTube, if you stream in 1440p, the minimum bitrate is 12,000. So you can send a bitrate that's under the minimum required for YouTube, but it does some weird stuff, and it gives you all these like warnings and tells you how you're not sending your bitrates too low and stuff like that. So yeah. Kind of weird. Jordan says on the West Coast, normal games are great because you wake up 10 a.m. Bing, bang, boom. Game ones are starting. That is true. I've kind of thought about that. How every week you got 10 a.m. games, right? You can go out for brunch and some drinks at 1, you know, and then the late night game is over by what, 8 o'clock at night? Like crazy. Here on the East Coast, literally the games sometimes don't get over till like after midnight. What a disaster. If a game here starts at 8:30, it's usually like, I would say it's probably like 11:30. It's usually like 4 hours when they get done, right? It would be super cool if they got, you know, if they went a lot later. Walrus says, can drink mimosas like water, keep them away from me. Well, I mean, they don't really have a ton of alcohol in them too, so it's probably, you probably get heartburn from all the orange juice first before, you know, anything. Varmish, yo! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Nothing I love more than getting Jeff Bezos's money. Appreciate you. Got to shout that out. Don't forget those Twitch Prime subs. If you got Twitch or if you got Amazon Prime, you can link that up with your Twitch account. You get one free sub you can give to somebody. If you don't use it, you're pretty much just giving Jeff Bezos money for free. I'm just letting you know. You're giving a billionaire money for free for no reason. So make sure you use that for whichever streamer you want to. Even if it's not me. Don't let him keep it. He's got enough. T-Foss said when he was in Hawaii, the first game started at 7 a.m. on Sunday. The Sunday night games were at 2:30. Oh, it was huge. So I didn't when I was on my when we were on our honeymoon when I got married. Well, when me and my wife got married, we're gonna word that. We went when it was during the Super Bowl. So we went to a bar outside, like up on a kind of like a rooftop patio type of bar, and watched the Super Bowl at, like you said, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. It was sick. Game gets over. We went there. We got like lunch beforehand, I think it was, and had some drinks. And the game got over. We went to somewhere else, and went to a brewery, and then got some beers and stuff after the Super Bowl. It's kind of crazy. So, oh, look at this hike train. Tokas and Sandales. Both coming in with Twitch Prime subs. Thank you so much. Yes, Slayers. Appreciate ya. Yeah, that was one of the wickeder things, to be honest. Yeah. Super Bowl in Hawaii. Blow up. It'll be a slow kill, but whatever with these little peeps. Oh, relaxing words now coming in with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hype. Hype. Appreciate y'all. Dude, I love how these animated emotes, even for some reason the YouTube ones don't come through here like this, but the Twitch ones come through. Even the animated emotes, no matter what they are, the customized ones and everything. They like this hype one I made myself. Like it's real small in the chat or whatever, but I like the headbanging one. They come through like perfect. And on YouTube, they like don't come through at all. It's very strange. I don't know why it's like that, but So I know a lot of you guys kind of watch a lot of my streams. I was going to ask you if anyone had any opinions on that Moonbeast game that you kind of seen me play the other day. I'm going to play it again. I might play it tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure exactly. But, you know, the other day I did a poll, like if people like absolutely loved it, or if they thought it was pretty good, pretty solid, or if they thought it was just okay, or if they thought it was terrible. And probably, I think it was a little over 50% said it was like amazing. It looked amazing, or it looked pretty solid. Or actually it was more than that. I think it was like 60 or 70, but anyways. I was wondering if anybody who had watched that and watched me play, what, kind of maybe why, like what they thought looked good about it, or if you said it looked bad, what you think looked bad about it necessarily. It wasn't mega double extra double alpha, you know, it's super crazy early on in the game, but they kind of just wanted to show it off what they had gotten so far type of situation. So, but if you liked it or you didn't like it, what do you know, what was the reasoning behind that, you know, quickly, if you want to throw your opinion out there. Great, what's going on? Wants to hit the like button, but can't right now. Legendary. Yeah, it was real interesting, like me playing it like the first day to like the second day. Kind of my own personal, you know, my, what do you even call it? Just kind of the way I am, I guess you could say, or whatever. I really enjoyed the game a lot more from the first day to the second day. And it kind of comes down to my anti-change guy type of mentality, I think. I didn't realize it at the time, until I like stopped and thought about it later. Because I don't like trying to figure stuff out when I'm trying to like play video games. Like video games I play to have fun and relax, and like all day I'm trying to figure out how to fix the refrigerator. Like I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this BS weed that's like resistant to, you know, in my yard. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this squirrel that's burrowing on the patio. And playing games, I don't really want to try to figure things out. So the first day I didn't have as much fun. I thought it was good, you know, I thought it was pretty good. I had a lot more fun with it on the second day, to be perfectly honest, after I knew what I was doing a little bit more. So see, Greg saying it looked great and not as smooth as I'd like being early release. Could be expected. Worry about the frame rate though with destructive environments. Kill the FPS. Yeah, there was some, definitely some jittery parts for sure when you go into that necropolis area or whatever, and then the ground would like raise up with a completely different, what do you call it, environment or whatever. So I'm assuming there's quite a bit of work that could kind of need to be done there. And one thing I did notice too, I don't know if this would be like, it's hard for me to remember fully, but when I first load up the game, and this would be like optimizing and stuff, I'm sure later, when you first load up the game, it's really shuttery. And then like after you play for like 5 or 10 minutes, it like evens itself out kind of situation. So a lot of that's probably just like, has to do with it being so early on in development or whatever. And then, of course, there was a few glitches and stuff, but I mean, jeez. Remember when D4 came out, all the crazy stuff that was wrong with that? There was just like random invisible walls everywhere and stuff. Oh! Bullrock skin, we know what it is. Archon's Valor, give me a 2 skill. Oh, 2 to skills, a little bit, yeah, mid on the defensive roll, I believe. This is one back in the day I remember seeing people trade and stuff. I'm like, I'll never be able to afford one of those. I remember thinking that. I'll never be able to afford one of those. Back before like Enigma and stuff existed. I think it was before Enigma. Yeah. I think it was before Enigma and stuff. Yeah, must have been. Definitely have stuff already, but that's cool. That's cool. Arcane's Valor is a neat find. Collected a tier 1 emote. Okay, alright. What does that mean? I haven't had enough hype trains on Twitch, I guess. For the hype train! Yeah, 2 skills. Nailed it! It is kind of an unfortunate part of single player that it, like, you know... doesn't, I don't need it, you know, even online, that's not really worth anything nowadays. Just kind of a neat find, right? Looks like that, too. Don't forget to hit the like button, YouTube. We've got 150 y'all here on YouTube. We're still sitting at 69 likes, huh? Nobody's willing to hit the like button after we got to that number that's one below 70. Legit. Get that number over that so everyone else feels okay to hit the like button, please. You people. Real mature, chat. Real mature. You people. You're away charging your phone. I got you. I get you. Biggest problem was the bone walls stopping the horses. The biggest thing, oh, I hit the wrong button. When the D4 launched. I would say that's definitely not the biggest problem at launch. Maybe a little bit into it, how you had to speed burst through those walls you're talking about to like break them down. CDI Arcade, welcome in. That's all right that you quote-unquote ruined it. We need to get that off that hump anyways, right? Unstoppable build, Harris says. Are you talking about this one, or are you talking about something else there? Unstoppable, I'll find a way to get stopped. Up your tell soul. I get taken out all the time. CDI. So yeah, Iron Golem on is pretty much essentially always insight. For me, it will always be insight unless I say unless it's like in the title, like, oh my god, I made an insight, or I made an infinity Iron Golem. You know, it's always insight for pretty much everybody. Gotta be a lunatic to use one of those bigger words, huh? Or the bigger rune words, huh? Yeah, you're talking about this build. Pretty good build. I got pretty good gear. Unstoppable. Maybe a little hyperbolic. Choo choo. Gray said he's getting lag. It does say YouTube's not receiving enough. It must have just been one little lag spike for a second or something. I'm home alone. Still says it. Wow. I'm not sure. Twitch, are you getting a bunch of lag and stuff, or is it just YouTube? It died on Twitch, but YouTube's still going? What? Weird. Go over here for a second. So we're back up though? Wow, yeah, just something happened with the internet, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't keep happening, or it's done. Yeah, I mean, it's showing everything fine now. Yeah, sorry about that. Something internet related. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, it dropped out. That was something either with my computer or the internet, actually, because Twitch completely lost. It completely shut off on Twitch, and then it restarted. And yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I might need to even look into, like, I don't even know if there's a type of internet that you can, an internet package you can get that is like guaranteed to not go down or something crazy. Don't know. Do not know. Using your PC in Iron Mountain? I'm not sure what that means. Not sure what that means. Novotny. Iron Mountain. Not sure. Oops. I thought he'd be fine. Iron Golem holding in strong though. Mask of Face of Horror or something. Yeah, appreciate you, Festa. Yeah, sorry about the inconvenience. Looks like the Twitch went down and then came back up or whatever. I don't know what's up with internet in my neighborhood or something. It's just garbage. Whatever happened, the Twitch stream went down, and now that it came back up, I have twice as many viewers, so I guess that's good. I don't know. It's like that meme where it says, like, where the computer popped up and it says, "You failed that action successfully," you know? NAT type. Well, whew, maybe. I remember seeing / looking at what something that looked like that, but I don't remember what it is or what I set it to. Would that be the how you go? You have to open up your web browser and put in your your IP address or something, and then it opens up your your router, and then you can change some settings inside of it. Iron Mountain on the west side of Michigan's UP. Oh, okay. All they could get for was dial-up until probably recently for years, you say? Yeah, no, I do not use Restream. I do all my stuff straight through Streamlabs. So. Let's see. T-Foss says, don't think it was you. The whole internet issue for a minute. My speed test went to 10% of normal, and I just had an issue joining games. Interesting. So, like, the whole entirety of the internet, you're saying, just, like, glitched out? I mean, I guess it makes me feel a little bit better. Also worse, because there's no solution to that. So, like, Russia or China or something just did a cyber attack and, almost crashed the internet for the whole United States, so is what you're telling me? Oh, wait. No, you have to buy NAT types. Oh, the NAT type, that's where I just looked at that. You're talking about the internet cable from my router to my computer. They have different NAT types to carry different amounts of data, right? Does that sound correct, whoever? Gray? Oh, so the cable, I have some ridiculously high NAT type or whatever. When I bought the cable, this does sound familiar now. I looked at it kind of recently. It's like, the cable I have is like NAT 7 or something. Some obnoxiously high number that is unnecessarily like amount of data it can carry. Because when I first set up my computer, I was like, just to like future-proof it, I never want to buy another. These cables are like super expensive. I'll pay like an extra 20 or 30 bucks now, and then I'll just be able to use this cable forever. Yeah, so T-Foss says lives in Denver, nowhere near. Same issue just had. So yeah, it's crazy. It's the same. Varmush saying, actually, if one of the cloud servers could go out or something and it could just like lose half the internet. Interesting. That's crazy. Cat 7, not Nat 7. Oh, that's a different thing. Oh, that's very possible. Okay, yeah. So what is this NAT type then? Let me look this up. Let me just Google machine it real quick. NAT 3 versus NAT 2. Let's just see what does it say. Let's see. In online gaming, network address translation, type 2 or 3 indicates different levels of connectivity. NAT 2, often called moderate, generally allows for good online gaming experience, while NAT 3 can cause connection issues. Essentially, NAT 2 provides a balanced approach for online play. Okay, so then NAT 1 versus NAT 2 is open. Okay, so the NAT type is essentially how secure. Is it have something to do with how secure it is? So if you leave it like open, like less secure, essentially. I'm not really sure. I thought that was like the amount of like you can like encrypt your like Wi-Fi or something. Colorado City, he used to do telecom fiber specifically. I would have to say you'd probably know then any answers to any question like this, because I have fiber internet, and yeah. Scott, welcome in. Let's go demons. Yeah. Phil, are you planning on coming to BlizzCon in 2026? No, I don't want to. I don't want to take the time for that. You know, I'm not a big enough streamer. Like, I'm not going to get in on anything special or anything. It would just be me being some guy that would be going to the thing. And it's what? Isn't BlizzCon in like California or something? It's like a $2,500 plane ticket. Like, I can't do that. Can't do that. It was something I always kind of thought about. It'd be like so cool to go, but yeah. Babacar. No, this is just players 3. I didn't feel like trying too hard today.
Chaos Sanctuary. Lightning short with infinity. Printer birthday cake.
Scott. No. That's a deep cut. That's an old deep cut right there. Appreciate you, Scott, for the 43 months of Slayership. Boom. Appreciate you. Legendary. 43 months of Slayership. What a legend. Colorado said, I can guarantee you that whatever happened wasn't me, it was the ISP. Yeah, if you say it happened to whoever was that you? That you said you were in Denver and or you're in Colorado and it happened to you? So I mean, definitely that would lead me to believe it was not me. Which is weird because that's like maybe just because streamers are like on the internet all the time and it's a big deal if the internet slows down or goes out. But honestly, that happened. Like every few days that happens while I'm streaming, and I only stream for like 2 or 3 hours a day. Like, pretty crazy. Heading out. All right, Parker, have a good day. See, Gray's got Nat Type 1. It's an extra $5 a month. Nat determines how many things can access the bandwidth dedicated info. So, okay. So it costs... interesting. Ooh, not enough sockets. We'll skip it, I guess. I don't know. So it's something you got to set up with your provider, huh? Yeah, I don't know none. Guess I don't know nothing about that. Oh, so Nat 3... So Nat 1... would be just like dedicated just for my computer essentially. Is that what I'm understanding here? But like you couldn't have it hooked up to your Wi-Fi and have a bunch of people like using it, a bunch of different devices and people. Scott, you know it's not my birthday, man. Come on, you know it. You know it. Aris said it has to go too. That's all good. That's all good. Peace out. All good. Hopefully you have a good day. Wow. Is the stream still working fine? Oh, it just happened again. Okay. I got my thing just popped. No data. It keeps switching between no data and we're not receiving enough data now. I'm not sure. On my end, the stream looks like dog crap right now. Oh, now it looks good again. I'm not sure. OBS is working fine. I guess there's something going on with the internet today. Or, I don't know. Some people are saying everything's fine. The reason I asked, too, is because I looked up and, 30 I just had like 50 something people on Twitch and it just dropped to 16 like instantly, which was weird. And now I'm losing more viewers on YouTube. I keep saying I'm not sending. I just lost like 40 viewers on YouTube. So I don't know, hopefully the internet works here. I mean, I don't know. A few people saying all good here, but then a few other people saying there's a stuttering once in a while. I don't know. I'll keep slaying till you guys say, "Oh, it's dead, Phil. Sorry." So I guess that's what we're doing. Thanks, internet. Can't get stable internet, apparently. It's not me. Well, the thing is it doesn't really matter whether it's my fault or not. That doesn't matter at all. Survived the purge. We can survive this. Tech noob. You're a tech noob, Marty. You don't even know what you're talking about. I know everything. I don't need nobody's stinking help. I would say I know more than the average person. I mean, do I know more than the average, like, you know, hardcore gamer? Probably not, no. Here's one thing I can do. I know how much better I am than the average person. Anytime I go over to someone's house and their Wi-Fi password, they're like, oh, here, it's written on this random piece of paper. And the password is like capital L, lowercase a, 125, you know, uppercase a, lowercase a, uppercase B, 79, and you're like, oh, God. And you come over to my house. And the password is super easy. Because I know how to change my own Wi-Fi password. Easy but impossible to guess. Which is easy to describe to somebody. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. Marty says most people know just enough to break things. Ooh, that scared me for a second. I know enough to not break things, but rarely. I've rarely done anything to break stuff, so. Materials might 69. Could be. Cannot confirm nor deny if that's the password. Any construction in your area? I mean, road construction. I mean, I don't know. Are you talking about buildings or something? Hard to say. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere where I live, so there's construction all the time. Or if you mean like digging? I don't know. One thing you can do to help though, make sure you guys hit the like button. Ray said he was watching, he had it pulled up on a couple different devices and it happened. It did it at the same time. Weird. Interesting. First time seeing TP scrolls in the belt. You know how I hear that quite often, to be honest. Who could possibly waste 2 inventory slots on having a tome of Town Portal? Not this guy. I'm too min-maxed. They call me min-max Phil. I don't know if you guys if you knew that or not. Min-max or Phil. Now it's just super uncomfortable because you have to lose a skiller and then you have another, 2 more open spots. You can put some charms in there, but you lose all skiller, But you can save the room. And I don't use very many TP scrolls. I only do this when I'm on single player and I'm like max skillers. So any other time I don't do that. That's the only time. Wheat Boy uses Cane just to save a couple extra. Get 14% more magic find right there. Nice. T-Foss. You may have guessed the password, yeah. May have. Well, we got an excellent connection now, fellas, according to YouTube. It's excellent now. Yeah, true story, Foss. Yeah, T-Foss. Gotta get that 14 more magic find. You know what's up. I don't know where I first seen that too either. Funny when you just know something for so long you don't even remember when you learned it. Smolps, here's something I don't know. What do you mean by it? The TP scroll doesn't use FCR from the belt. What does that mean? Like how fast it opens, the portal changes if you... I didn't know that how fast your TP scroll opened was affected by FCR, to be honest, if that's what you're saying. Never knew that. Archon... plates! Ooh, 637? Should I e-bug it? Let me know in the comments. Good Larzacit though. Or Cubit to try to get 3 or something, but 4 on a 637. Not too shabby. I never knew that. TP scrolls from the belt are slower. Interesting. Oh, it's instant from the belt, says Smulps. Huh. Wouldn't hurt to e-bug it? Yeah, right? Obviously you're kidding, but... You know what? I'm going to go try that out real quick. I've never heard that before. Yes, 80-cent Jack. I'm on it. I'm on it. I was just thinking that too. I got to check that out. Let's grab a tome for the science. Okay. So, instant from the belt, huh? I mean, quick, of course, yeah. It seems the same speed to me. I don't see any difference. I don't know. Do you guys think that... Here's the belt. And here's... just here. I don't know that that seems different. Unless am I doing something wrong, or... What's your FCR? 50, so it's at like the 48 breakpoint, I guess. Oh, what am I doing? So it's not like huge, but I mean it's noticeable under normal circumstances. Clicking the book is the same as the belt. What do you mean? Do you mean like quick cast, like set this up as a hotkey? Oh, so he's like, it's what you're saying? Oh, I see. So if you cast it, see, I never do that. I never cast it that way. So it's slower with the quick cast, like if you actually cast it. But if you just do it from the belt, it just pops up without doing any animation. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'm not like quick casting it. I'm, I hit the number 4 to use it from the belt. Was what I was doing before. Okay, well. Interesting. I guess it doesn't affect me too much because I was just accidentally, without ever looking into it, doing it the fastest way. That's just how Anybody else having an audio issue? Man, if that's true, this is like the most issue-ridden riddled stream of all time. Muted? How did it mute mid-stream? What? Okay. Okay, so now you can hear me? A lot of people said I was muted for a second, or for a few seconds, and now I'm back. Loady, loady, loady. What is going on here? I don't know. This microphone's old enough. Maybe I just need to buy a new one. I mean, it's not that old. I've probably had it for like at least 5 years, so it's not like that old. But it sounded like it went out for a few seconds, like 10 seconds or something, maybe. I'm not really sure from what people are describing. A lot of people said they had absolutely no issue, so I don't know. Maybe there is something going on with it. Maybe it's the internet's fault again. Not Phil's. I'm just trying to talk myself into buying a new microphone. Sure, SM7B, here we come! Let's get a whole $500, $600 microphone set up. Check the connection. Well, the only thing that it kind of like quote unquote could be, I guess, these microphones, like this cable is like, if I just like nudge the cable, it'll like disconnect. And before I had it on a boom arm with the cable like strapped to the arm, I used to just have it sitting here, and the cable, if you just like bump the cable with your arm on your desk or something, it would like fall out. Is it a tax write-off? Yeah. Tax write-offs aren't what everybody likes to think that they are. A tax write-off is essentially like getting like a 20% discount on something you buy, but you don't ever really like feel it, because all it does is change how much money you have to pay at the end of the year. And it doesn't, like, you think of people who have W2 pay, like payment or whatever, you know, most people will get back like money at the end of the year, right? Sometimes even thousands. But if you're a contractor, essentially, like I am, every 3 months, or every quarter, I mean, yeah, every 3 months, I have to pay like thousands of dollars cash to the government. And at the end of the year, I have to pay, quite often, I have to pay a bunch of money. Thousands. So it'll change it from like, instead of paying, I'm just going to throw out a number there. It depends how much money you make or I make. Let's say hypothetically I have to pay like $4 grand in taxes at the end of the year when I get my taxes done. Instead of that, I have to pay $3,900. So it doesn't feel any different. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't feel that at all. So saying you write something off, it's not really everything it cracked up to be. You know what I mean? Cracks up to be. You know what I mean? A lot of times people joke, "Oh, I'll just write it off," you know, but it's not. Let's see, dual stream for your church. If you're having issues, one stream should be the internet. Yeah, it sounds from what everybody's saying that that it wouldn't be like my internet provider or me. It sounds like it's just an overall internet issue, to be perfectly honest. As for the audio thing, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna blame that one on YouTube. Appreciate you, Vesta too. Yeah, saying on Twitch, all good. So. What's a CPP, Alton, or I don't know what those letters stand for. I can't remember. CDI Arcade says because you don't have a company doing withholdings for you. Yeah, pretty much, essentially, yeah. Yep. Every quarter I have to do like an estimated tax payment. And I have to, yeah, because I don't like quote-unquote work for a company. I'm essentially self-employed, is essentially what it is. Where am I from? Michigan. United States of America, if that wasn't obvious. From the state of Michigan. James says this makes him want to level his Necro. Yeah, Necro's pretty good if you got good gear for it. See, Arnorio said the individual taxes are pretty low in the United States, so you don't feel as much. Your tax rate was 45% in Australia, or the upper tax bracket you're saying is. Yeah, if it was that high, yeah, that'd be pretty crazy, kind of, sorta. Like you would feel a lot more. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying. Ray says bad weather over the East Coast the last few days. Been having some issues. I guess I didn't have thought about that, but yeah, I guess it could be bad weather like somewhere else around in the East Coast or whatever. If it like somehow completely knocks something out for, like somebody said, the AWS servers or something. Maybe. Maybe. Ithrune. Solar Storm could be, maybe. No, every time it lags out, it's probably my FBI agent logging in to track me. Probably what it is. The FBI agent assigned to like tracking me and following me or whatnot. Yep. Sorry if it's buffering again. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Actually, the Twitch stream looks like it's fine. Wait, why am I so far behind on YouTube? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it just looks good enough and it doesn't crash or whatever. Hope for the best. Aliens. Ooh. Hope not. Aliens like Elf or like aliens like Independence Day? Hopefully like Elf. James said, yeah, YouTube problem probably then. I mean, maybe this time? I don't know. Because the last time the Twitch stream, when the YouTube stream like lagged, the Twitch stream completely collapsed and shut down. But then it automatically restarts when it starts receiving data again. but the YouTube stream just like lagged, and then it like froze for like 10 seconds and then restarted, and then it kept going. Yeah, which that really leads me to believe it's either like a Streamlabs problem or something with the internet as a whole or something, because that almost makes me believe that it's a Streamlabs problem, to be honest, because if the stream kept like pushing out the data, that means that the stuff's getting from me to the Streamlabs, but it wasn't getting from Streamlabs to YouTube. Because I think that's how it works. I think Streamlabs, if you multi-stream, it sends it to them, and then they send the signal out to two different places, I think. Do I shred metal on the guitar? No, I know how to like just, whatever. Just barely pluck a guitar a little bit. I can play some super simple, you know, dun 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 dun, you know, super simple stuff like that, you know, dun 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 dun, you know, super simple stuff like that I can do on a guitar. I can't actually play. Do you shave your head every day? Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no, I don't do that. Jefferson, no. I probably shaved it back when I was still working in the factories and stuff. I used to shave my head like every other day. But now that I just sit at home and I stream and make videos and stuff, I don't even do it every other day. Maybe twice a week or something. I usually do on like Wednesdays before I go bowling, and usually either Friday or Saturday. Then I'll mix in a day here and there, sometimes like a Monday if I'm doing something. So I guess almost every other day, but not literally. Sir, I don't know what that means. That's somebody's name, but I don't know what that means. Did I hit the... I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, there he is. Nothing too bone shredding. Yeah, no, not really. Not really. Just never really got too much into the guitar. At some point I was like, yeah, I'll spend my free time and kind of learn a thing here or two, you know, there or what, but never got too much into it. Well, at least we have an excellent connection again on YouTube, huh? How annoying. It's so stupid. Average stream bitrate too high. Stinking Twitch. It's so weird that for YouTube and Twitch, they have such drastically different... Oh, interesting. Out of the thing. So drastically different bitrate requirements. So weird. Still going hard with D2. Oh, yeah. What I do. What I do. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Game can't get me lucky one time here, you know? Can't get me lucky one time. Free to light radius. Let's go. What I was hoping to get on there. What I was hoping. Well, Gray, technically I believe at that, with that question, P8 Nightmare Cows or P3 Hell, I would say that unless you specifically literally only want P8 or you only want skillers and you don't care about literally anything else, it is going to be faster to get skillers from the cows. But you're giving up the opportunity for a lot of other good stuff. You know, elite bases for socketed, elite socketed bases and stuff. The highest runes. If you're doing 85 areas and stuff, you know, the griffins and the D-webs and stuff like that. So I would say do hell difficulty unless you're literally only want like plain skillers essentially. Because also Nightmare Cows, I think you can only get up to like 20 or 30 to life on the skillers. And I think there's a bunch of other different things that you can get on the skillers in hell that you can't get in from the Nightmare Cows because the level's too low or whatever. So prayer or holy fears for a merc, for a sorceress. I would kind of only use the prayer mercenary if it's one that you specifically want to use with insight cure. I have used that setup on a lot more characters nowadays, to be perfectly honest. Even if it's one that's max bite it still does, like, if it's a character that kind of like takes a lot of damage, but the health drops kind of slowly, it can kind of tick up and keep it between packs. It'll keep it high, keep it maxed out pretty much. I would say for a sorceress, most of the time, if you're not an Energy Shield Nova sorceress where you're up there getting hit, probably just go with the Holy Freeze. Just for extra survivability for your mercenary a lot. And then also for you, of course. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call her a day on the stream. Just a little shorty today, but you know, I've been busy. I meant to kind of get on here a little bit earlier, but unfortunately I couldn't get around to it. So I do want to mega shout out, mega thank you to everybody. Wicked Plumber, once again, thank you so much for the generosity. Yeah, legend. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subs. Relaxing Words, Sandals, Tokas, Varmosh, thank you a bunch for the Twitch Prime subs. Don't let Jeff Bezos keep those. Scott, thanks for the 43 months. A lot of channel support today. Thank you all so much. Pershizer, Jeer, Raced, Parker, thank y'all for supporting the channel in the ways that you did. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna hop off, maybe get a little grub or whatever. We got bowling tonight. I'm bowling a 900 series. Guarantee it. If I don't, I'm gonna be unhappy. 300 games guaranteed tonight. If I bowl a 900, I promise you I'm gonna stream tomorrow and find Tyro's Might. I promise you. So guaranteed. So that being said, peace out, Slayers. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.